Hi, I'm Brad Saron, Superintendent of the Sun Prairie Area School District, here to present to the Board of Education and the community our monitoring report for Operational Expectation 9, Communicating to the Community. Remember, this covers the 2024-2025 school year and will be monitored by the Board of Education for our compliance with their expectations expressed in their operational expectation for communicating with the public. We are here to present three basic areas as compliant to the Board of Education with artifacts associated with each one of those areas, including establishing two-way dialogue, in which case we've got the artifacts, an expanded list of artifacts that we're really proud of this year for the two-way dialogue with our public. We also have strategic communications to build support and understanding, and then also our efforts to communicate to our public the district's progress, not only including the results policies that the board has, but also our financial progress. And so from here, I'm going to turn it over to Patti to go into more detail on this operational expectation. Thank you.
Thanks, Brad. Hi, I'm Patti Lux. I am the Director for Communications and Engagement for the school district, and I'm bringing forward Operating Expectation 9, which is communicating with the public. So our strategic plan, which is collaboratively created with our community, has a goal, a pillar, and a goal of culture of engagement and inclusion. And within that, there's the communications and community engagement goal, talking about how we will excel in how we collaborate and communicate with our community, and that's an expectation. And so Operating Expectation 9 will address this. And so we're bringing OE-9 to you in compliance. There are 3 measures within it, and we are saying that all are in compliance. And just wanted to ground you in what the three summary, basically a summary of the 3 things that we are measuring within that. And one is how we share information with our district. The other is how we provide ways for our public to provide information or their input about the district's direction. So that's the two-way communication. And then how we prepare information and have it available publicly, or we talk about it publicly in school board meetings so that it is in a place where our community can see it and follow along. And so some highlights from this OE-9 that we are pretty proud of this year is that we know that we talk about student results and operating expectations here at school board meetings, and then we make sure that we have them available online and the recordings of them available so that our families can continue to follow along with those. We also make sure that our presentations and our publications are better at addressing the challenges that we face. And so this year there was the addition of the eFocus newsletter. And so thinking about how that was a way for us to bring perspective and some clarity to some issues that our district was facing. So as we heard about things that were really sort of hot issues within within our community, we collected those, and every month have put together an e-newsletter to address those. We also have added 2 pages in our annual report that just addresses our continuous improvement. And last year we advanced 7 things that we really needed to continue to work on and work towards because we weren't meeting the mark. So also another initiative that the school board had asked about was data dashboards. And so we took our school scorecards, which were pretty complicated documents, and summarize them down into smaller 1-page sheets for our community to be able to see those. So you will be able to find those on your school's web pages, and also on our district webpage. We have all of them collected there under our strategic framework. So, and then this year, the addition of our environmental scan. So really tuning in, dialing into hot button issues faster, and thinking about how we're going to address these things. And so we have worked to create a public relations strategy to respond to the content. So each situation's a little different, how we work on it, or how we tackle the issue. But that has been a strategy we have been using this year that's worked well. And then the other one is thinking about two-way communication. And I was proud of as I was collecting all of the evidence that you will see within the report itself, LinkedIn. You can click into any of them, but the two-way list of evidence was longer than the where we were just pushing information out to people. And so I felt good about that in the sense that we have really been intentional about adding more opportunities to do that. The referendum road shows were a good start to that last fall. And then we've added superintendent focus groups this year, thinking about those are places we can learn more about our families and what they're experiencing in our system. And then also this year, we have had our Hmong and Latino caregiver advisory groups. We've been building relationships and continuing to learn from each other. And then, as you know from my last OE-3 presentation, that we launched a communications committee this last year as we were building a new 3-year communications plan. And part of that work was a communications survey. And that's been a great tool for us to learn about how our community wants to receive communication. So that was a good add, I think, this year for us. And then thinking about how we've used our collaboratively created communications plan and how that continues to guide our work. Not only the new forward 3 years, we also worked firmly in the last 3-year plan, and that works really well for us. And so we think of a variety through that. We think of a variety of accessible strategic communication strategies. We ensure that our district communications are accessible. And when we say that, they're translated into Spanish. They are captioned if it's a video. They're published in a variety of methods so people can access them. And so just really being intentional about making things accessible for our families. And also something we will need to get better at is thinking about how when we write complex letters or complex topics, we're trying to explain to families how we synthesize that into a 10th grade, 8th or 10th grade level for families, just so that it makes it more accessible. So in collaboration with our Department of Equity and Inclusion, Michael and his team, we communicate through the Every Family Everyday newsletter, and that's where we're celebrating our students and staff of color. That gets high click rates and something that we're proud of showcasing. And then we continue to build communication capacity. So thinking about from the classroom to home communication, we're really proud of that this year. It grew by 7%. Our goal was 76%, and we ended with 83%. So we had some schools really make some nice strides this year in that. And I always like to brag a little bit about what went well for us around our communications awards. And so we have National School Public Relations Association Awards and the Wisconsin School Public Relations Association Awards. Say that fast. And so we're really proud of these. We won a Golden Achievement Award at the national level for our Like Nowhere Else campaign. So thinking about all those videos that we did with our students, I think we had 25 videos that we advanced with students talking about their experience. We had the thumbprints, the design on t-shirts. We had the pennant campaign that we launched with homecoming and throughout the school year, and really just advancing that like nowhere else. And so we were happy to win that award, and we actually presented on it at a national conference a couple weeks ago. And then also an award of excellence for our calendar, award of merit for our annual report. And then at the Wisconsin level, we had an award of merit last year for our dual language immersion program marketing materials. So we made a video and the marketing materials that we pushed out. And so we're happy to share that. And that felt like that went well for us. And so, of course, there's always areas of continued improvement, and here's just a few things. And so we are going to continue to seek places in our system to think about when people are affected by a decision. Are we able to consult, involve, or collaborate with them? And then also thinking about, are we able to demonstrate how their feedback was used? And I think that will go a long way. I've heard you as school board members say a few times that you wonder about, where was the input in the process? And I know we've missed the mark on a few things, but we also have made really good strides in that area, but something we will focus on. And then also we'll continue to build capacity around classroom to caregiver communication. So it's cascaded again this year to schools. I've built in checkpoints, and we're going to continue to build that momentum this year so that we can continue to have families that are well informed and well engaged with their teachers, their students' teachers. And then thinking about this year has been a year where we have really dug into seeking ways to continue to build trust with our community, whether it's events that have happened that have had us sort of take a step back with that, or places that we may have missed the mark on something. And so thinking about how we're going to continue to build trust, how are we going to continue to correct mis and disinformation? There is a lot of that in our community, and something that we have to continue to tackle. And we have strategically been doing that this year, but something we're going to continue to work towards this year. And then just thinking overall on how we protect the Sun Prairie School District brand, something that, continues as we show up in the news in ways that we are less desirable. We are trying to counter that with ways that we can be in the news for things that are positive. So those are some strategies we are using. All right. Well, I want to thank you. I look forward to your questions at the board meeting on Monday night. Thanks so much for all you do. Appreciate it.